My name's Bryan Lake. I'm a professional kiteboarder. I'm racing on the world circuit, trying to go as fast as I can. And I'm down here training with the best, and I heard all the best guys are going to be here, so I'm here to just get better and keep on pushing the sport. It's all about competition, you know. You can go out and ride your skimboard every day and be so free and have so much fun, but then you can't really compete. There's nothing in that discipline, really. There's no strapless skimboard competitions, but then there's racing, you know, and there's nothing more cut and dry than getting first place or last place. And when you hurt, or when you lose, it hurts. And I guess I'm just really competitive. Gears really evolved, and now the gears kind of all at a really similar standard, so you can pretty much jump on whatever. And if you're a competitor and you practice and train, you can prove to do well. Well, I got kind of lost out in Hawaii, you know, just riding waves and strapless skimboards and whatever, surfboards. And I mean, I had a lot of fun, but I'm a competitor, and I did grow up racing sailboats, and now that sailing game has evolved into our kiting game, and it's a pretty interesting game that you get to play out there going 25 knots, you know. And I think right now, I think we're the most high performance kind of sailing there is. And as far as kiteboarding goes, I think this is the best discipline. There's nothing more true. There's no judge that can be like, yeah, you know, this is a subjective, I like this guy or this guy or this guy. It's who either's first, second, or third, whatever. What's really cool is you're starting to see more and more people signed up for racing events than there are for the freestyle event. Like in Los Periles last week, there's like 30 or 40 racers, and that was almost double what it was last year, and that's more than the freestyle guys have in their heats or whatever. And we can run in pretty much 7 knots to 30 knots in any conditions, and overall it's a good sport. It's fun. Well, I know my weaknesses and strengths, and I know what I got to work on, and my energy right now has been getting spent trying to get better in really light air conditions. I've been living in San Diego again, kiting every single day, and I know that's one of my weaknesses for the World Cup, you know, is when you go race the Europeans and they're really fast in 7 knots of wind, and I'm a big guy, so that's one thing I've been working on. And the next thing is it's all about your fins, or basically I call them tires. You know, it's all about your tires. If your tires are blown out, you're not going to be so stoked. This is my board, and this is the fastest board in the world. I got my tires covered up so no one can see them. And this, yep, they're top secret. No, keep your hands off of them, anybody. Once I decided I wanted to do it, I decided to go full bore and do it. So I built a board with one of my good friends, Stanley Plaskunas and Cameron Beal, back, it was right before the Worlds in Texas a couple years ago, and went and tried to give her my all, and had a pretty good event, except I ended up 19th out of however many, 65 or something. And you know, I learned a lot and saw a lot what the top guys were doing, and I decided, like, well, I can be one of those guys. I can beat those guys, you know. It just takes a little bit of dedication and just knowing your equipment and knowing the wind conditions. It's like a game we play every time, you know. You go all over the world to go kite in a race event, and you know the race is going to be in 10 minutes, and you got to choose what kite you're going to ride and what fins you're going to ride, and that's a twisted game that we all play everywhere we go. You know, it's kind of like freestyle motocross versus racing. You know, tricks are for kids, and if you want to come play with the big dogs, come join the race fleet. I'd recommend just getting a used board and just getting out on the water and learning how to tack and jibe and learning all your board handling and trying to really experience the way these things feel when you're going full speed. I mean, that's why I do it, is there's no other boards that are faster on the water. And I mean, basically race boarding has made me be able to kiteboard almost every single day, because all we need is 7 knots of wind, and you can get that anywhere. Once it gets too windy and out of control for these things, then I like to start riding my skim, and or if I'm feeling a little burned out, you know, I'm focusing on this pretty much 100% of the time, and every now and then you do get burned out on it, so yeah, go have some fun, rip some big hairs, and just kiteboard. Don't quit, and try to ride that board as fast as you can and pump on those fins. That's what's cool about our sport right now, is we're riding off our fins, and they're big fins, and whereas normal kiteboarders are riding off the rails of their board. And it's more like windsurfing, and so that's why there's a whole fin game going on, and it's all about what's under the water that's working for you. People that have known me through racing sailboats all growing up, and just, I mean, a couple weeks ago I had a bunch of guys asking me, how do we get into kiteboarding? We want to race, you know, that looks so cool, because it's the most high performance sailing that's out there. We're competing with the America's Cup 45s. We're going almost just as fast as them, or faster than them at times, and that's an interesting race right there. And I mean, we're going really fast. We're pushing it. There's nothing faster.